Welcome to this Red Jacket Speaker Showcase Roundtable. My name is Ntsane Matla. I'm a leadership communication speaker, facilitator, and lecturer at the Valley University of Technology. I help organizations strengthen their internal communication to drive engagement, performance, and alignment. And today, I'm with Debi Potgieter. Debi is a global certified customer experience professional, speaker, and transformation practitioner with more than 34 years of experience in financial services. Her work sits at the intersection of culture, leadership, behavior, and human experiences. She helps organizations create workplaces where people feel valued, included, and supported, and connected to purpose. Hi, Debi. Welcome to this roundtable.
Thank you, Ntsane. I speak on culture, leadership, and the human experience at work because when people feel valued, included, and enabled, they grow, contribute, and they thrive.
That's amazing, Debi. Okay, let's get right through to it then. What is the key idea or theme that you speak on?
The core idea I speak on is this. Culture is the feeling people carry about work. I often describe it as a feeling you get when you go to bed on a Sunday, ready to work on a Monday. For me, that says everything because culture is not a slogan on a wall. It's not a value statement in a handbook. Culture is lived. It is felt. It shows up in how leaders lead, in how people are treated, on what gets reinforced and whether employees feel that they matter. That is why my message sits so strongly in the people space. At the heart of every organizations are human beings, each wanting dignity, each wanting opportunity, belonging, and the chance to do meaningful work. And Ntsane, when people feel valued, they grow. When they feel excluded or unseen or worn down, that shows up too. And so the theme I speak on is the powerful link between culture, human well-being, and the conditions that help people thrive in organizations.
Wow, that is quite beautiful. And then the second question is, why is this important, or what problem do you really solve with your trainings, facilitation, or with your keynote?
Ntsane, thank you. This matters now because many people are working in environments that ask a lot from them, and they don't always create the conditions for them to flourish. People do not only need tasks and targets and policies, but most importantly, Ntsane, they need trust, they need clarity, they need dignity, they need to feel included, they need to know that they matter. And that is the problem this work helps solve. It helps leaders close the gap between what organizations say they value and what people actually experience every day. And because culture shapes well-being, confidence, behavior, inclusion, and the willingness to contribute, it influences whether people feel safe to speak, whether they're able to grow, and whether they're supported to bring their best to the office and the best to the customers. And when all of these conditions are present, people don't merely cope, they thrive.
Okay. So now, which audiences benefit the most from your work? What is your ideal audience that you work with?
I'd like to say everyone, but we know that it can't be everyone. My work
True.
resonates mostly with leaders, with executive teams, with human resource leaders or people leaders, and organizations that care deeply about how work feels for their people. It's especially relevant for those who want to create environments where people can learn, contribute, belong, and grow with confidence. Culture does not live in a document, as I said before. It's a daily lived experience. It lives in the leadership behavior, in team dynamics, in fairness, inclusion, recognition, and where the people feel seen and respected. The organizations that benefit most are those willing to ask themselves the honest questions about whether their culture is helping people thrive or merely expecting them to endure.
Now, Debi, if someone is listening to your responses and your answers right now, and then they ask themselves this question, why now and why you? What sets you apart? What makes you the relevant person to come on board and to help elevate the cultural experience in organizations? Why you?
Oh, Ntsane, I have spent decades working in complex environments, financial services mostly, where leadership, behavior, and human experience are deeply connected. And across that journey, one truth has stood out again and again. People do not deliver what leaders say. They deliver what leaders reinforce. And that insight shapes everything I do. You'll see here on
Yes.
my little shirt here, it says, make every interaction count. I help organizations move beyond the intention into lived experiences where values become visible, leadership becomes credible, and people feel clear, capable, respected, and connected. And we do enforce and immerse, making every interaction count in the work that people do every day and in the interactions they have with customers and with leadership, and how leaders have interactions with their employees and their people. Why now? Because the world of work is asking deeper human questions. People want meaning, they want dignity, they want fairness, and they want the opportunity to grow. Why me? I think I bring both the lived business experience and the deep belief in the human side of leadership. I know how to help organizations create environments where people do feel valued, supported, and able to thrive and grow. Ntsane, if we want a more human future of work in our SDG of people, we want to have to start by creating places where people do feel that value and they do feel part of the organization, and they're able to thrive with dignity and contribute to something bigger, including the organization's goals.
Wow, Debi, thank you very much. For more conversations like this centered around the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, connect with our Red Jacket Speaker Showcase series and discover more experts voices sharing their messages that matter, such as Debi Potgieter. Debi, it was lovely to interview you and learn as much as I did today. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, Ntsane.